Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. Oh, let me turn down the sound on the. Let me get this. Yeah, turn that down a little bit. Hey, Marlon Music Channel. Thank you for coming through, sir. I appreciate it. That 3-hour marathon I did on Saturday, y'all, had me worn out. But although I didn't come on yesterday, other than the one little, short video I did, I've been running my playlist. I ran one of my playlists yesterday on my other channel. What is my other channel, you ask? My other channel is the channel that has only one subscriber. DCThePurpleDiva is the one subscriber to that channel because I don't do anything on there. I just have it as a backup channel. But my backup channel, I went in because Chef and More told me, how I could help myself. So I'm helping myself. I'm going to help myself on DC the Purple Diva channel too, because I'm right around 3,100 hours. Y'all, sorry, I'm eating M&M. I'm right around 3,100 hours. So I am trying desperately to get this 900 watch hours as quickly as possible. I know people have done it like in a week. I'm trying to figure it out. So, because I'm looking at, you got to watch the hours from last year. So I'm looking at my hours for last year. And it's between October and December that I got a bunch of watch hours. So therefore, I have to grind right now before I lose my hours. So I am focusing, trying to meet new people, going to different parts, but it's not that easy to grow your channel anymore because YouTube has done a lot of different things. But I am still meeting new people. But I think I just need to just keep going live. And so I'm just going to keep going live. Now, y'all pray for me because my man is so tired of me in YouTube. He is so tired of me in YouTube. I think he'll be tired of me in YouTube until I monetize YouTube and he actually sees some money coming from me being on YouTube. So I know it's coming. I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do. I know I am. So what do you guys think about 45 getting out of the hospital so quickly? Do you guys think that he really has corona? And that he's just trying to really, really push through? He's trying to spin it now that he purposely got corona, which I do not believe. The man's a germaphobe. But, which is why it was so surprising that he, of all people, was not trying to wear a mask. crazy. But Mr. Biden took advantage of this time, of course, as he should, and was answering questions in a town hall. I thought it was very interesting. I didn't see all of it, but the few questions that I did catch, you know, I think he was prepared to answer the questions and didn't, you know, beat around the bush. Oh, before I forget, please smash that like button if you have not already. And let me share myself out. That's weird. What is going on? I don't even know how it's doing that anymore. Apparently there's... What is going on? No. I don't want to do that. I'm confused, y'all. Did they change the way that you can share yourself out if you're on a desktop? I don't even know. I'm going to have to figure this crap out later. Crazy. Yeah, I'm like, so, you know, like I'm in StreamYard, but I have it up on my desktop, on my laptop. And the last time that I was on Saturday, I was able, you know, when you hit the share thing, it you know, has the thing about creating a post. But now it just tells me Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, you know, everywhere but YouTube. So now we can't share our own freaking videos out on YouTube? That's crazy. Oh, I know why. Duh. Let me fix this. Oh, this is just so irritating to me. No, I have to switch myself to the right channel. I forgot. I'm signed in as my other self. And so it wants to make me be signed in as my other self. That's why I can't share. Because I'm not signed. Yeah, now I'm signed in as me, as DCThePurpleDiva. Yeah. Because my other channel only has 1 subscriber, so therefore it doesn't have a community wall. Jeez, DC girl, you on one. Come on through. I know it's crazy with me doing this and chat. It's because I'm trying to do multiple things on here. I've got a bunch of tabs. Well, thank you for coming through, Marlon. I appreciate it. I understand. I know I come on late for you guys that are east of the Mississippi. Hey, Portal. What's going on, bro? So, I don't know if I believe that 45 actually has COVID or not. Because when he first went in the hospital, the way that they were treating it was like he had the same kind that my son's dad had, which is, you know, where you've got the breathing issues and stuff. And he is obese, you guys. I'm sorry, y'all hear the paper. That's an M&M bag. I'm eating candy. I'm doing good, Porto. I think it's very strange that he rushed out of the hospital But I think he rushed out of the hospital because he doesn't want to be seen as weak. And I'm sorry, he knows that he caught this daggone thing because he did not encourage people to wear a mask around him. And he barely wore a mask himself. For some reason, he thought that getting tested on a daily basis is just as good as wearing a mask, I guess. And look, I'm not saying that the masks are going to protect you, because really all the mask is doing is protecting everybody else from you in case you have COVID. It's simply of the belief everybody got it. That's all it's about. But I will say that less people who have followed the safety protocols of distancing and wearing a mask when they're around other people who are not in their pandemic bubble have caught the corona. And believe me, for me, because my son's dad is an essential worker, that was hard because my son was exposed at one point. Thankfully, he didn't get it because they were masked up. But then his dad later on, a couple of months later, ended up getting it. And so he hasn't been able to be like close to our son. I think when he goes back to work, then he and King David can talk about visits. But I'm like very serious about it because DC is not trying to get this. I speak health over myself. I speak health over my son. I speak health over my man. I speak health over my son's dad, that he doesn't get it. I mean, I speak health over everyone. But be smart about it. But I do think that 45 is using having gotten the virus, he's trying to spin it. And he's trying to spin it because, there are people who are looking at him side-eyed. And yes, it's a very close race. It's a very close race. Hey, Terry. It's a very close race. I mean, I think they're, in two of the critical swing states. I think they're neck and neck in Ohio. And in Pennsylvania, Joe Biden is ahead of, and of course that's his home state. Even though he lives in Delaware, he's from Pennsylvania. It would be really bad if he can't win that state. And I don't know what's going on with Michigan because, Michigan in the last election turned purple. And prior to that, Michigan generally was a blue state. So I think Michigan is probably going to be purple again. But I think tomorrow, you guys, I am looking forward to the debate tomorrow. You guys don't understand how I'm looking forward to that debate tomorrow. You know why I'm looking forward to the debate tomorrow? Because here's the thing. We all know that even if Pence and Harris get completely out of pocket, they will never do what happened last week. And they're going to be 12 feet apart because 45, was the 6 feet apart from Biden last week, and then a couple of days later he's positive. They're going to be 12 feet apart. going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting because Kamala Harris has some things she needs to answer for. And, you know, I'm really, you know, we all know what Pence's view is on abortion. He's, in my head, this man is, he wants women barefoot and pregnant all the time until they can bear no more babies. You know, he is very evangelical, but you guys, to me, evangelicals are very, very R word, you know? I think that they're the ones who are going to be extremely shocked. Oh, here we go. We have a troll, guys. We have a troll. Okay, troll. Gianfranco, this is a peaceful chat. We don't do crazy stuff here, okay? We respect people's opinions, but don't come in here with no messy stuff about, you know, silly stuff. You know, you probably weren't even born in 1963. You probably weren't even here. Yeah, Gianfranco. You better watch out. Somebody's going to bounce you from the chat. But I'm saying, I doubt seriously you were born in 1963. And even if you were born in 1963, I highly doubt you were old enough to be the second man on the grassy knoll. Hi, Cooking Animal. Yeah, we got trolls. And, you know, here's the thing. I'm going to expect trolls for the next 30 days, y'all. You know why? Because in every live, I'm probably going to have something to say about this upcoming election. I'm a nonpartisan person who likes to talk about this because this is going to be a very, very interesting election. We're in a crazy year. We have a president who is now spinning it that he purposely got corona. No, you didn't. No, you did not. Don't don't come out here and try to spin it like that. But at least be honest about the fact that now you understand what other people who have gotten this were going through. And maybe you can be a little bit more empathetic, you know, and not be trying to kill the national health care. At least not without having something to put in its place. Oh, this is going to be one of those nights, Terry. I hope you're ready. You know, so I think tomorrow's debate will be very interesting. Truly, I think it's going to be interesting because, you know, we have to look at it legitimately from this particular standpoint. Both 45 and Joe Biden are men of a certain age. Okay? And now that 45 has gotten this virus, and, you know, it's too early, you know, to know, you know, if there's any permanent damage. I pray that there isn't to him, you know, because nobody's wishing anything bad on him, you know. But by the same standpoint, it's both of these men are older, and you know, I know that Trump is trying to push that he's this healthy man, but dude, you eat junk food all the time, and you are morbidly obese. So you may be healthy, but you're not that healthy because you were in the high risk for this, Mr. Trump. And that's why it surprised me so much that you just refused and you kept playing this whole situation down. I I, I don't want to think that you are so naive and not intelligent enough to know that this was a serious thing from the beginning. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to. I refuse to believe that. Yeah, I refuse to. You know, so, but he's about to hop back on the campaign trail. I just want him to be careful because people have gotten this and had relapses. And so that's what he needs to be careful of. And I'm just being honest in regards to that. That's very serious. You know, he's at the White House. The White House is very, very different. People aren't tripping around there without masks, not doing social distancing anymore. There's a new sheriff in town at the White House. COVID-19. For real now. Hello, James. So now they're taking the precautions that, in my opinion, they should have taken. It was too many people coming up positive in the White House. You guys, it was only a matter of time. Oh, I just have to love the trolls tonight. We're in troll land. You guys, I'm saying nothing bad about your precious 45. I'm simply stating some facts. You know, but the thing is that I don't believe that other people in the White House were doing social distancing. How could people keep coming up positive in there if they were following protocols when they weren't there? This is what I'm saying. So, you know, I'm blaming it on the lack of great protocols that 45 ended up getting this, because I think that if they had of practice safety, he probably wouldn't have gotten it. Because somebody that was either at that at when he announced Amy Coney Barrett, or at the thing that was after, that was indoors. But they're not going to tell us where it came from. But somebody at that particular event, I think, was, you know, contagious and asymptomatic. And unfortunately, you know, there were several events that were super spreaders. People came up with it from the rally. So I mean, and then when he got back to the White House, he took off his mask and came out on to wave at people. I personally think that he's he's putting on a front because he doesn't want people to, he wants people to think that it's not as serious. But we know how serious this is, you know. And I'm thankful that it doesn't have him flat on his back because that's what it's done to many people, So hopefully he will be, able to travel soon so he can, I guess, get back on the campaign trail because this is apparently what he wants, but you just can't tell what's going on with these folks. You really can't. But moving on. So now I'm going to talk about some other things. These folks get so upset when I talk about 45. Am I not entitled to my nonpartisan opinion? I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. Not left wing. I'm not right wing. White ring. Freudian slip, huh? But what I am is an autism mom who doesn't see anything on anybody's freaking agenda that has anything to do with that. More importantly, I want to know, under whoever is going to be in office, that they're going to promote restoring the middle class and restoring people's ability to be able to buy a house. Because it doesn't make any sense for all the interest rates to be this low, but nobody has a job. Or those who do have a job aren't really in a position to go out there and buy something because, hey, they took a pay cut. And what I'm seeing, is right now, there's going to be a whole lot of places out there for rent in a minute. Not because people aren't looking for a place to live, but because people have delusions of grandeur on what the market will pay. Supposedly it's going to be the same thing on the housing market. Supposedly it's going to be a buyer's market. These are things that are supposed to be coming up. So I want whoever's in that office to promote that. I want someone who's not going to forget about the little guys. Everybody's so busy worrying about the rich people and the poor people. What about us who are in between? Seriously. That's not even a race thing. That's an economics thing. That's an economics thing. Oh, yeah. No, he was never. I mean, here's the thing. When he was younger, he was obviously had less girth. I mean, we see how the president eats. Nobody can tell this man how to eat. He wants to eat this way. And unfortunately, the way that he eats is not the healthiest. It just isn't. Thankfully, he doesn't smoke. you know, and it's from what I can see, he doesn't appear to be like a real drinker. You know what I mean? So, thankfully, those things, you know, and he's rich, you know, and regardless of his weight, because he is the president, they're going to do everything that they can to help him, you know, but I just hope that he is following doctor's orders and not doing anything that could perhaps send himself into a relapse. I'm just being serious. But moving on, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Jaguar Wright. And I am going to say this when I start this. I have always been a Jaguar Wright fan. Love the girl, can sing her butt off, okay? Extremely talented. Didn't know what happened when she just fell off the map. You know, just fell off the map. But Jaguar is out here telling all kinds of stuff on everybody in the business. Let's see. She's talked about Christopher Williams and how she walked in, or she knows someone who walked in, rather, on Christopher Williams. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, the one that's the guy that was in New Jack City and who sang that song, "Don't Wake Me, I'm Dreaming." I can't sing it like him, but anyway, him. Yeah, walked in on him giving fellatio to P. Diddy back in the day. Don't know if that really happened or not. She could just be hating. She could just be bitter. She talked about Jill Scott. Talked about how Jill Scott doesn't write her own stuff. Jill Scott's a poet. Now she may not write all of her stuff, but I think she writes some of her stuff. Because see, these two go back. Okay, Jill Scott and Jaguar, I believe, are both from Philly. Both of them have been associated with the Roots. Okay, Jaguar, I believe, was the singer with the Roots, and I believe she's the one who kind of brought a girl Jill on, and then Jill went on. Jill's, now they're not friends anymore for whatever reason. Could be, I don't know, because Jaguar she had a nasty mouth, y'all. Then she was talking about Alicia Keys. And if you guys haven't heard any of these things, everything that I'm saying is floating around YouTube. She is a topic of conversation because she has blown the lid off of black music right now. Saying stuff about every damn body. So who was I talking about? Oh, Alicia. She says that Alicia is a stud. Now, I will tell you that at one point in time, early in her career, she was looking kind of studdish. And, you know, me and my friends, we was wondering if that's what was up with her, you know. But, you know, next thing we know, she with a man, you know, she's pregnant and all that, whatever. I don't think Swiss Beats is a beard. So I don't know. Maybe she was, and now she not. Of course, she, you know, she went over the whole thing about how Alicia broke up Swiss Beats' marriage and kind of broke up like the musical thing. She just was she was saying some stuff that really she shouldn't have been talking about. It made her sound like she's bitter. She talked about Mary. Said Mary's gay too. You know. Talked about Common. You know, talking about who did she say messed him up? I think she said Erica messed him up. Talked about how Erica Badu is still wants Andre 3000, but he wants nothing to ever do with her again. But she's still pining for him. Go figure. I mean, she talked about who else? Talib Kweli. I'm telling you, this girl was on a freaking roll. She been talking. She been talking for the last week or so. She's talking to anybody who will listen to her. She posts videos of her in her car, and people snatch them off of either her YouTube or her Instagram, wherever. I think she was telling Alicia to come to Houston so she could lay hands on her because she understands Alicia likes to fight. Yeah, I heard that about Alicia too. Alicia's from Hell's Kitchen. What else would you expect? Hey, Miss Mahogany. I'm up here talking about this Jaguar Wright situation and how she's, you know, just kind of busting on the entire of black music, talking about everybody. I'm sure she ain't finished talking. But see, here's the thing: if any of the stuff that she's saying is true, she might have a death wish. People don't play. People don't play. We were talking about that's mommy's hat. We were talking. We were talking about this in another chat. My girl, being Maryland. And Marilyn was talking about, you know, some of the stuff. I was telling her, you know, they were just talking about, you know, stuff that's going on in the industry. Hey, oh, you think he's fake sick? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's really sick or if he's faking it. Because if he's really sick, he could end up in a relapse. He's definitely at the high risk end of this. How you doing, Bomb Cherry? Bomb Cherry in the building, representing the Viper Pit. There ain't no cure, and they didn't even give him no cure. They supposedly gave him like some kind of treatments or whatever, but nothing he was given was any kind of cure. And apparently, he did some experimental stuff. And can somebody explain why melatonin was in his regimen? Melatonin is, you know, to help with your sleep patterns. It's to help your body if you're low on melatonin. Because I talked about this in one of my autism vlogs because my son uses it. And a lot of people on the autism spectrum use melatonin to help them to be calm. It helps them, to sleep because their body clocks sometimes are off, and especially during this pandemic. But yeah, melatonin was one of the things they had in his regimen. I'm like, well, why is he taking melatonin? What does he need that for? Or maybe he has a hard time sleeping. But I don't know if they gave him all these things. They just give you this big long list of medicines. And according to doctors who had nothing to do with his case, they're saying a lot of those are what they give to people who are severely. I don't know. If he does have it, maybe he had the milder form of it, which is, you're back up in a couple of days. But I just don't know what to believe. Because this man lies about everything. I mean, he's still lying about his tax returns. I can't with him. And it could be some kind of a campaign stunt to get the sympathy because he was down by a margin. Trolls are probably gonna come back in my chat because I started talking about this man again. I don't care. I don't care. It's my platform. Talk about what I want to talk about. Yeah, Jaguar Wright was on some. She on some stuff. But I told you guys before, there is a lot of shiznick that goes on in the music industry. I told you. I've seen things. I haven't seen, a lot of the really weird stuff. Thank God, because, hey, I'm not into it. And I wasn't willing to compromise just to get a record deal. I wasn't going to do that. But there are people that would just do all kinds of crazy stuff. I know that's right. I know that's right, Bomb Cherry. $750. Can y'all believe that? That's why they audited his ass. And Joe Biden put out his. He paid a bunch of money in taxes last year. $750. She. Now, of course, for the past several years, I've gotten a refund, okay, because I've overpaid. But trust me, my overpayment, my tax bracket was not so that I only owed them $750. That's what I'm saying, Miss Mahogany. If she's telling the truth, I don't know if she has a death wish or something. Because these people, they crazy. And I know I don't want to get into the conspiracy about people being Illuminati sacrifices and being sacrificed for other people, but there's something's going on. Something's going on. Something. You know. But I mean, here's the thing. Some of the things that she talked that Jaguar is talking about, people have known. Like, okay, the thing with Alicia, I'm like I said back in the day, because I got lots of, I had lots of gay friends back then, and women who were lesbians, and a lot of them were thinking she was back in the day. I don't know, maybe she's bisexual, like Sansaray. I can't. Ugh. I don't even want to talk about that girl. Anyway, back to Jaguar White. And the thing is that I wonder what happened to Jaguar, because she just like fell off. You ain't hear nothing else about that chick. And she's talking about she has tapes on people. I was like, oh God, it sounds like YouTube. She got tapes on people. I said, oh, that sounds like some YouTube stuff. She says she has tapes on people. So, maybe she don't have a death wish. Maybe she has things to back up everything so nobody can touch her. You know. My one of my my sorority sisters is like an entertainment attorney. So is my brother's ex-wife. Yeah, they like look at contracts and everything for actors and actresses and stuff. It's a good thing to be in. You just, you got to be ahead of all them shysters in the industry. Yeah, cause she worked for Viacom, I think. My sorority sister, she worked for Viacom. I think she still does, as a matter of fact. Oh, Miss Mahogany said hi, David. Miss Mahogany said hi. Yeah, he's just walking around. Y'all, I'm out there looking for a new place to a new residence. I told you guys. So we've been looking at places. I saw a place this weekend that I really liked, but I don't know. Because, now places make you jump through so many freaking hoops, and I don't want to do too many credit inquiries because even though it doesn't affect your score that much, it still affects your score. So I'm still looking. I'm probably gonna put in an application for that place, but I'm trying to get these places to not run credit on my son because he don't have no credit. Yeah, he's 24 years old, almost 25 years old, but he has autism and he is not one of the people with autism that is living independently. He does not handle his own finances. He doesn't even have a checking account, much less a credit card. I don't even have him with a extra card on any of my cards. Okay? So it's a waste of, 25 or 30 bucks to run credit on someone who has no credit because they've never gotten any credit. Hey, Ann. So this is an interesting experience. And you know what? I got to go look. I have like the booklet that goes over, rights of people who are disabled. I got to look on there to see if he's not going to be, if to see if they can even, legally make him run his credit. Because all they're going to find is their inquiry or anybody else's inquiry. Like the last time when I moved to where I am now, they didn't run his credit. Well, mainly because I think it's because, the people that own this place have a son on the spectrum and they knew that he didn't have any credit. But it's so hard explaining this to people because I don't really think people understand when you're talking about people on the autism spectrum, because it's such a wide spectrum, you know. But if I'm telling you that I'm his caregiver, that should give you an idea of where he lies on the spectrum at this time. But Jaguar says she has tapes, y'all. She has recordings. She didn't say tape. She said she has recordings, so I don't know what that means. But she has recordings. And she says she ain't gonna shut up. I mean, but it does make her look bitter, Even if what she's saying is the truth, it makes it look like she was done wrong and now she's gonna, tell the world about these other people. It Let me just tell you, Miss Mahogany, like when I came to California, I mean, obviously I came here and I went to school, but I came here and went to school in California because I wanted to do music. And so I was doing music. I mean, I still do it, but not like I was doing it in my 20s. And in my 20s and in my early 30s, I was really in it. I was doing session work and that kind of stuff. And I was working with the guy that had brought Brandy into the business. But before that, I had worked with several other people. I knew Andre Harrell, folks at Uptown Records. But I saw stuff. And I was like, nah, I ain't, I'm not ready for this. Because I had men coming at me. I had women coming at me. Fools thinking I'm going to sleep with them to be in a video. What the hell? Do I look like that? I'm desperate? No, I don't think so. So, and this was just when they were first starting to do videos and everything, so it was, but still, they were still trying to think they could have people, the women would sleep with them, for a session. I knew the guy that was over All Us We, Mike Concepcion, who also had a record label, was the other gangster record label. I knew people at Death Row. I knew people at Ruthless. I mean, one of my line sisters was the accountant for LaFace Records. So I mean, I have, but it's just when you look, cause like when Bobby and Whitney got married, people were like, "How the hell is she getting with him?" Because people only saw what they wanted you to see as Whitney. That was Whitney's stage presence. But the real Whitney was an around the way girl. As we have come to know from, some of the writings of her friend, in quotation marks, Robin Crawford. That Whitney was smoking and getting high at 17. Long before she met Bobby Brown. And her parents, her mother in particular, turned a blind eye. Now, I can tell you, I would go to parties and stuff. There would be people, all kinds of stuff going on. I remember I was at one party, and I had brought my younger cousins with me to this because they wanted to get into the entertainment industry. So I brought them to a party that I was at. And this is not a party that was here in California. This was an East Coast party, okay? This was an East Coast entertainment party. Still was wild. And it was in a 3-story house. And it was different stuff going on each floor. So on one of the floors, they were snorting lines and they were doing coke. And my cousins saw me go upstairs. And so they thought that I had gone to that floor. No, I went right past that floor. And was trying to go to the bathroom. But when I walked into the bathroom, there was 2 women in there having sex. So I had to keep it moving and go find a bathroom someplace else in the house, way up on the 3rd floor. So yeah, and this was back then, and then here's the crazy part. These were like, people who were dancers and some singers and some producers and everything. You had the crowd that was not into the drugs. That's the folks that stayed down on the main floor, which is where I was for the most part. But there was no bathroom on the main floor, so I had to venture up them daggone stairs. But I knew what was going on, and my cousins thought I said, "Oh no, I don't do those things. I don't do white lines." Well, yeah, and see, Jaguar was talking about neither one of them could sing. And I will give this to Jaguar. That girl can sing her ass off. She can. Go look up some of her old music. She can sing, but she came out, she was real edgy, um, singing a way other singers weren't singing at that time. you know. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe she had attitude. Maybe she wasn't willing to do compromise, whatever the case may be. You didn't really, she never really blew up like she should have with the talent that she has. And maybe that's why she's bitter. And maybe that's why she's now telling the world about all of this stuff. Because, I mean, yeah, everything she's saying probably is true. But why is she now telling us about it is the question. You know what I mean? Why is she telling us all this stuff right now? And those of us who've been around the industry at any point in our life, we already know. We already know that all of the people that are on top had to do something shady to get there. I don't know about the white part of music. I can only tell you about the black part. And I'm including gospel music in that, just so you know. Gospel music. Man, y'all. Whew. You think it's some mess going on the secular side of black music. I'm going to just tell you, there's some demons over there in gospel land, too, singing in the name of the Lord. Living any old kind of way. But we have to remember, let us not forget what music is. Lucifer. Lucifer. You know? Lucifer. Hey, Tutu Thing Thing. Did I go out for a minute, you guys? Maybe it might just been my reception over here. Y'all know I got some I got some dislikes tonight. Y'all know why I got the dislikes, right? Y'all know why I got dislikes. I get dislikes anytime I talk about Trump. Now I guess if I got on here like them crazy two white black women, you know, talking about how much they love Trump, I get all the I love Trump trolls in here. I don't hate him. I just don't understand him. You know, but I see who he is. And I question whether that's what's best for this country. I I see him like probably the rest of the world does. I'm entitled to my opinion. Last time I checked. And I don't care if y'all dislike it. That's a view. Thank you for the view. I appreciate the view. The 3 dislikes are probably from the 3 trolls that came through. The 3 trolls that were in here earlier. The 3 trolls. It doesn't matter. I'm about to get off anyway. They can take their trolling ass somewhere else. See, they got me on here saying words that I don't normally say online, but that's okay. I'm still not cursing completely. Let me just tell y'all something. Somebody have to give me they'd have to really take me there for me to go off. At, at some faceless entity or somebody who has just some avatar. I know the avatar is you. I don't even care. You don't know me. I don't know you. Who cares? All right, so let me come on here. Hey guys. All right, so here comes David. Come on. Come sit. There's David. Look at him. He needs a haircut, y'all. He needs a haircut and he needs a shave. Can y'all believe he is going to be 25 this month on the 29th? So y'all know what that means? Those of you who are into astrological, that means my son is a Scorpio. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all Scorpios are mean when y'all want to be. Y'all can be some mean folk. My son is the sweetest person, but when he It's like it's a whole nother person. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I will be back on tomorrow. You guys will see my little shorty in the morning. I probably will do it with, I like those funny voices on Snapchat. That's why I use them. I thank you to Thing. He is handsome, but he definitely needs a haircut. I need to take these braids down. They're just sticking up because I'm trying to cut them out. But I didn't want to come on here looking crazy, so they're tied up on my head. But between today and tomorrow, I'm taking them down. I gotta wash my hair. I'm going to try to dye my hair. I broke a nail. that's what that's what that's that's what that's I broke a nail. I'm gonna try to get the red out of my hair. I have red brown hair. I don't know where it came from. Somewhere in my freaking family. I don't know if I'm gonna do that DNA thing that Uppity Unicorn did though, because I don't need to know how much European is in my family. I already know. And I think my feelings will be hurt if it's more than I thought. That part. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get out. Until tomorrow. Peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see y'all. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to have commentary on the vice president debates. I can't wait for those. See y'all. Peace.